first things first, any sign of Alexander Isak?
Yes, there is, Joe, and if I step out the way, you'll be able to see him going through the warm-up at the moment with his Liverpool teammates. I don't think there's any real surprise either that he's joining in once again, because he did train with the Liverpool squad on Saturday as well, but Sunday was very much a recovery day with him, so he wasn't part of that squad in the win over Burnley, and Hugo Ekitike again led the line for Liverpool. But you look at the game time that he's had in the last 3.5 months, just 19 minutes, and that came for Sweden against Kosovo during the international break, of course. And that's after not having really a full, proper pre-season, given how things ended at Newcastle. And you look at the fact as well that in terms of what he's been able to produce on the pitch, you have to go back to the end of last season for his last competitive game. His last start in the Premier League, of course, was the final day for Newcastle in the 1-0 defeat to Everton. His last goal was back on May the 4th, the 89th minute penalty to rescue a point for Newcastle at Brighton. Go back to April the 16th for his last goal from open play as well in Newcastle's 5-0 win over Crystal Palace. Now, Arne Slot has told us right from the start that it's going to take a bit of time for him to get up to speed. As I mentioned, he was put through that training session with his teammates at the weekend. But Arne Slot has warned as well that if he plays, say, 45 minutes against Atletico Madrid, not to expect him to play 45 minutes or more in the Merseyside derby, as his body is not quite prepared for that yet. So it is very much a case of getting him up to speed at the moment as well. But, yeah, he is out there at the moment. He is training with his Liverpool teammates, and I suppose the likelihood is, or perhaps a little bit more likely than it was at the weekend at least, that he could be involved against Atletico Madrid, at least in some capacity.
Now, first of all, I think the Swedish manager Jon Dahl Tomasson deserves a big compliment, because he gets one of the best, maybe the best striker in the world in, and needs to play 2 very important games for his country, but understands that if he would play him twice 90 minutes, then probably the player would have been injured for multiple weeks, and that's not always easy for a manager, that he takes care of the interest of a player, and so he deserves a big compliment for that. And we will treat Alex the same as they did, so don't expect him to be every single game 90 minutes on the pitch. That's definitely not going to happen in the upcoming weeks. He missed a proper pre-season. I think he missed 3 or 4 months of team sessions, and so now we have to build him up gradually, with us playing so many games, hardly any training time. So that's going to be a challenge, but we've signed him not only for the upcoming 2 weeks, we've signed him for I think for 6 years. So yeah, this is what we have to keep in mind, and what the fans have to keep in mind if they see that I take him off at a certain moment, or I only bring him in for a small amount of minutes. That's all for the long-term fitness of the player.